some new stools. I'm gonna use them. Let's see. Right there. I think today's episode is going to be really cool. It's something that's been highly requested, and I think it's going to be a resource that's going to be useful for new bourbon drinkers, and something that will be interesting at the very least for experienced bourbon drinkers. So what I want to do is I want to taste test 6 different go-to bourbons and see which one wins out. The way I define this category, it's kind of a loose definition, I just made it up, is these bottles are all between $25 and $30. They're all 101 proof or less, so there's no crazy proof points or anything like that. And all of them except for one, you can find pretty much readily available at any liquor store you go to. So I want to have something that was affordable, accessible, and just generally good. So the contestants are, in no particular order, Wild Turkey 101, Old Tub, Old Forester 100, Elijah Craig Small Batch, 1792 Small Batch, and Buffalo Trace. The Buffalo Trace is mostly a crowd pleaser because I know it's very popular. I'm a big Buffalo Trace fan, but I like some of these as much, or I suspect perhaps more, than Buffalo Trace. So pretty much the plan is I'm gonna go through all 6 of these. I'm gonna blind taste them. I mixed them up. I have no idea which ones these are. They're over here to the right of the camera. I'll give some very basic notes because I'm trying to keep these videos a bit more choppy. Once I've determined a winner, I'm gonna bring out my champion, my budget gladiator. And we're gonna see if that one beats the winner of this blind flight. All that being said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, so I don't know how the camera is gonna focus on this, and it's very difficult to film these things by yourself. So I'm just gonna put these out here, and I'm gonna give it a little extra mixing. We're gonna go left to right. You guys are gonna know what I'm drinking. I'm not gonna know until the end. Ooh. All right, so the first one is, this one's nice and caramel, like a caramel banana, like a banana split fudge kind of deal. Ooh, that's drier than I thought it would be. A little bit of that banana's coming through, like a banana, yeah, like a banana split with like some pecan. It's got kind of like a waxy nuttiness to it. Some pecan and like a lot of cinnamon, like a big pop of cinnamon up front in a not unappealing way. Number two. That's just more like caramel, like burnt caramel, like burnt sugar caramel. That's like confection sugar sweet. Yeah, after compared to that first one, that's like sugary. Number three. These are quick hits, by the way. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do some more intense examination of each of these, but I didn't want to spend too much time since there's 6 of them. Number 3's got more of like a barrel thing going on. Yeah, it's got more of like a tannin, an oak tannin, like a furniture polish kind of smell. Not in a bad way. I know that sounds, it's hard for that to sound like it wouldn't be in a bad way, but it's not a bad way. By the way, I want to lay a disclaimer here midway through. I think all of these are great. I think if you have one of these as your kind of go-to, you're not doing anything wrong. So I'm just giving my preferences and my tasting notes, but these are all phenomenal options for just something that you can go grab for 25 bucks. And I think they all offer a little something different, which is pretty cool. Number 4. Ooh, that's real different. Whoa. Number 4 is like peanutty. Yeah. Like really peanutty. Like honey roasted peanut. All right, so number 5. Ooh. That smells sugary. Like sugared cherry. Wow. These are the taste fingers. That sounds lewd. I don't like the way that sounded. That's like sugary cherry, nice and mouth coating. That would really kind of went all over the palate. That was cool. Number 6. Ooh. Apple and vanilla. Apple, a little bit of apple, like apple juice. Not overly sweet apple juice, but kind of like a spicy vanilla apple with like a little bit of dryness, like a little bit of barrel dryness at the end there. That was actually finished very dry. Okay, so I went through all 6, got my initial impressions, And now I'd like to go back and kind of just bam, 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 bam from right to left. Really nice, vanilla, cherry, apple. That's good. 5. Not completely divergent from 6, but it's a lot more coaty on the mouth, which leads me to believe it's perhaps a little bit higher proof, but also it's got a little bit less of the barrel bite. It's a little bit more of the kind of like deeper, darker fruit notes, like a darker sweetness, like a dark raspberry kind of cherry sweetness, which I really like that. I have a suspicion I know what that is because I really like that. It's one of my go-tos. Number 4. Yeah, that is like, man, that is coming off the heels of those. That's like peanut shells. Like the smell of a Logan's Roadhouse, but also if you were standing in a Logan's Roadhouse eating bread with like the Peter Pan honey roasted creamy peanut butter on it. That's what that is. Number 3. I hope I'm not sitting too low. Like I'm not wearing pants, by the way. Number 3. Number 3 really hits the side of your tongue. It's got a lot more, I get a lot more like the herbal spice to it. A little bit more of like a rye thing going on, I think. I might be totally off base with that, but that's what I'm getting. It's nice though. It's very clean tasting. It's very, Number two. It's just solid. Nothing really stands out. Nothing goes in too far in any one particular direction, but it's solid. It's a good, solid bourbon. I need to kind of revisit that actually. I'm gonna go to 1, then I'm gonna come back to 2. Back to number one. There is something about that is different and interesting that I really like. I do get like a banana split thing, which is what I think I initially said, but it's almost like it's like a trail mix when you have like a dried, like you have like pecans and things like that, and a little bit of dark chocolate, but you also have the dried banana chips. That's what that's like. That's very good. That's very good. I'm gonna go back to 2 now because 2 was perplexing to me. Yeah, nothing really stands out on 2. It's just, I mean, it's just like a good middle of the road. It's just kind of there. It's just nice and even. But I don't really get, with everything else, I can describe a particular, attribute it has that's different from the rest of them. With 2, it's just kind of like, it's there, it's a good bourbon. Okay, so I've gone through essentially thrice, and I'm pretty sure, I wasn't gonna do this. I'm gonna try to guess which these are, and then I'm gonna give you the order in which I prefer them, and we're gonna do the reveal after that. So I think that this right here, number 1 is 1792. I think that number 2 is Elijah Craig. I think that number 3 is Wild Turkey 101. I think that 4 is Old Tub, and I think that 5 is Old Forester 100, and 6 is Buffalo Trace. If I got that right, everybody owes me $20. All right, so number 6 was 4. That is Old Tub, which is what I thought. Again, not bad, it's just, I really need to be in the mood for it, and the peanutty thing is like punching you in the face with peanut, which is something that I commonly find in Jim Beam products, of which this is one. Number 5 is 2. I believe I said that, I think that was Elijah Craig. And let's see, number 5, which is Elijah Craig. There's nothing really that stands out. It's fine. It's a good, it just has a lot of like bourbon-y flavors, if that makes sense. It just tastes like bourbon. There's nothing really spectacular about it. There's nothing wrong with it. Number 4 is number 3, which I think I guessed is Wild Turkey. And that is the Wild Turkey. I'm doing pretty well so far. Yeah, it was good. It was spicy. It was clean. There's nothing wrong with Wild Turkey 101. It is really good to have on hand, and I think it makes phenomenal cocktails. Number 3 was number 1, which I guessed was 1792, and it is 1792. I'll tell you what, that was impressive to me. I really like that. That was very close to the top 2. That little banana note and the cinnamon spice on that was pretty good. Okay, so we got the top 2. If I'm right, everyone owes me $20. So my number 2 was number 6, which I guess was Buffalo Trace, and that is Buffalo Trace making the winner, Old Forester 100. So I don't know what it is about this bottle that I really enjoy, but I just like Old Forester's flavor profile. Like everything they make, I enjoy. But yeah, you can find it anywhere. I thought that Wild Turkey 101 was kind of my go-to for a while as far as this price point, kind of $25 range and the 100 proof point range, and that beat it handily one time in a blind tasting. So this is my new go-to for 25 bucks. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm sure. I'm gonna reveal my champion for this particular price point. Early Times Bottled and Bond, boom. I love this bottle. This is the best thing I think you can buy for 25 bucks in the bourbon category. Also, you might be able to tell, this is a liter bottle. So for the same price, you're getting quite a bit more juice. They're both 100 proof. They're both made by Brown-Forman. So they're very similar, but there's a few extra little nuances that I get in this bottle. I don't quite get in this bottle, but similar enough to where I'm not offended by it. All right, quick side by side. Yep, Early Times Bottled and Bond wins, woo! For $25, I think this is the best value in bourbon. I think this is one of the actually the best values in bourbon, period. When you consider price point and pound for pound what you're getting. So if you can find it, it's not super easy to find. You can't find it everywhere, but if you can find it, absolutely grab a bottle of this. And send me one, please. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Please leave a comment below and like and subscribe and all that stuff. Leave a comment below if you have suggestions for what we should do next. I'm Brian. This is Brawley Barrel House. We'll see you next time.